Hey YouTubers, Mike here of course, and I'm going to do another cooking video today. It'll be bootleg again, holding cooking in one hand and holding the camera in the other. But basically what I'm going to be making is, those of you who follow me a lot know I camp with the Swampcamper, and the Swampcamper is a chef. He's worked for many years in in the food industry. Wonderful chef, makes amazing food. In fact, he worked for years at an Italian restaurant in Clearwater, Florida, that had some of the best food I've ever eaten. So last time we were out camping, he was talking about making blackened gnocchi, and it intrigued me. He just talked about it. He didn't give me the specifics on it, so I'm going to wing this and see how it comes out. So we'll see how this goes. Basically what you'll need, and if it's horrible, I'm not going to show this video obviously, is about a 17 ounce of gnocchi, potato gnocchi. If you're not familiar with gnocchi, I'll explain that in a minute. Salt, pepper, olive oil, blackening seasoning. I really like this brand a lot, Paul Produum. Extra virgin olive oil, any Alfredo sauce that you like, some basil, and a couple of cloves of garlic. Gnocchi is kind of like a dumpling. It's more in northern Italy than in southern Italy. So it's going to be interesting. This is what it looks like here before it's packaged. It's soft. It's not hard like regular like spaghetti and things like that. It's packaged in like a sealed container here, and I am going to sear the gnocchi in a blackening seasoning. Oh, you know what I forgot? Some onions too. So I gotta bring some yellow onion out too. And then I'll boil the gnocchi, and then we'll put it in the sauce. It'll be pretty easy to make. So I will check back in with you when I start processing. Okay, the first step is I'm going to bring this water to a boil, put the gnocchi in it, and it doesn't take long to boil the gnocchi. As soon as they all come to the top, they're done, usually within a few minutes. And here I'm going to caramelize some onions and get those ready, because then when the gnocchi is done boiling, I'm going to dry them and put the blackening seasoning, and I'm going to caramelize some onions and some little bit of garlic in there, and then we'll throw the gnocchi in here, and then we'll chop up some fresh basil and put the sauce in it, and we're done. So it's a pretty easy meal. Looking forward to it. So I'm going to use about a half a cup of yellow onion, 2 garlic cloves. I always crush my garlic. I just think it gives better flavor. And basil leaves to your taste. I just wing that. I don't really measure out things like that. So those are the other ingredients other than what I talked about after this is the star right here, the blackening seasoning, and salt and pepper. So it should be good. Alright, water's just about ready to boil. Sauteing the onions. I think I used the word caramelize. I didn't mean that word, so strike that out. I'm just softening up the onions and not caramelizing it. Just making it soft so it's better for the palate. Okay, I added the garlic in here. You got to be really careful. I don't want the garlic to burn. I'm probably going to take it off the burner for a little bit until the gnocchi's ready. So I think I'll slide that over here. And with the gnocchi, we're just waiting until these start to float up on the top on their own. A couple of them already are, so it doesn't take long at all. Just a few minutes. So once all those float up, I'm going to take them out, drain them, and we are going to dust them in wonderful blackening seasoning. Then we'll put it back in here, stir it all up, sear them a little bit, and then add the pasta sauce, and we'll be done, and a little bit of fresh basil to top it. Okay, I have the jarred Alfredo sauce, really low heat because it's cream. You don't want to burn it, so that's going to stay on a really low heat for right now. The onions and garlic are resting comfortably there. The gnocchi's out, strained. So the next step is I'm going to put some of them, or all of them, in this bowl. Right now there's some blackening seasoning on there. I'm going to add some more and kind of just swirl it around a little bit. So let's try to start to get some of these guys in here. We'll do it in batches, I think. There we go. We're going to need more. I love blackening seasoning, and this is something, there's no pre-measurements on this, it's what you like. Kind of just swirl this around a little bit, Get them pretty well seasoned. And then we can start putting them on the skillet here now. So let's do the first batch here. Throw these guys on, and while that starts there, I'm going to try to do the rest of these guys real quick, and I'll check back in again. If you've never used blackening seasoning, I highly recommend it. It's one of those things that's, ooh, that's not good. That's popular along the Gulf Coast. But here you just want to blacken these guys up a little bit, get the seasonings in there, get the flavors in there, and then we'll put them in a bath in the Alfredo sauce, and we'll be done. Smells good. Got to be a little bit careful because, you know, you don't want to be too rough with the gnocchi. You want to keep them intact and just kind of cook them through there. Looks good already. I'll check back in again. Now I'm making this ahead of time for dinner. If I was cooking it fresh, preparing it fresh, I would put this on the plate and then I would just add the sauce to it. I think that would be better. But because we're not going to be eating for a while, I'm going to put the dumplings in the sauce and then we'll reheat it later on. But I think what I might do is for this, I'm going to take a little bit off, put it on a plate, get a couple of spoonfuls of the Alfredo sauce and put some fresh basil on it, and we should be ready to go. And here's the finished product. I just drizzled some of the Alfredo sauce on there, sprinkled a little bit of basil leaves. Delicious, good stuff. I think the best way to do it is to cook it, you know, right away and just add the sauce to it as opposed to leaving it in the sauce and dunking. I think it get a little bit soft after a while. So I think this is the way to eat it. Good stuff though. If you have any questions, leave comments below. I'll try to answer them.